Students, I welcome all of you in the another session of transportation engineering. So we have learned various aspects of highway geometric design. We have learned about the side distances, then stopping side distance. We have learned about the super elevation criteria, widening on curve, vertical curves, various cross-sectional elements of the highway on the urban road and various kind of roads, various kind of alignments. Now what we are trying to what we are trying to learn in this particular topic is we are trying to learn one of the most important as well as interesting topics, and the name of the topic itself is very much interesting, and the name is overtaking side distance. So let us start the session. This is segment number 2, and what we are going to cover in this particular topic is we are going to cover the topic of overtaking side distance, in which we are going to cover the concept of overtaking side distance, then the understanding of overtaking side distance, definition of overtaking side distance. I will try to explain in detail what does it mean by overtaking side distance designing when we are discussing about the highway geometric design. So we all know that whenever we travel on the highways, we might observe number of signboards such as no overtaking is permitted, overtaking is prohibited, then do not take overtake. So why this kind of signs are provided? What is the reason to provide this kind of signs? Is it necessary to provide the information of whether the overtaking is permitted or not, and what is the importance of that? So we are going to cover the importance and significance of overtaking. See, first of all, one thing that we should know is that whenever we are traveling on the heterogeneous traffic lane, means mixed traffic lane or fast moving traffic lane, we must have, as a driver, we must have certain length of road available so that we can overtake the vehicle which are passing by us. We can easily and safely overtake the vehicles, and we can reduce the obstructions. So on fast moving lanes, whenever we are traveling on the fast traveling lanes, let me write down that thing. Whenever we are traveling on the fast moving vehicles, the highway of such lane should be provided the sufficient amount of overtaking ability. So let us discuss about the side distance and overtaking side distance. See, this is one of the most important as well as interesting criteria, and you need to have proper understanding for that. So stay focused. Okay. Let us assume that this is a one lane road which is having two-way traffic. Let us assume that there is one of the vehicles which is traveling in this direction. See, the vehicle A and B are traveling in this direction. The vehicle C is coming from the opposite direction, so it is coming from this direction. So as I have explained that A and B are traveling in this direction and C is traveling in this direction. This is the single one lane road with two-way traffic. So this will be the highway alignment. Let us assume that this is the highway alignment. Fine. Two-way traffic means both way traffic is generated. Single lane means it is having the width of single lane capacity. Now, the driver of vehicle A observes that the driver of vehicle B is driving the vehicle very much slow. Means the speed of the vehicle B is quite slower than vehicle A. And due to certain reasons, the driver of vehicle A think that he should overtake vehicle B. Now, as the vehicle B's speed is lesser than vehicle A, and the A vehicle will try to overtake vehicle B, we will rename the vehicle A as the overtaking vehicle, as it is going to overtake the vehicle B. So the vehicle A is called an overtaking vehicle. The speed of vehicle B is quite less, and it will be overtaken by vehicle A. So vehicle B is called as overtaken vehicle, who will be overtaken by vehicle A, and the C, which is coming from the opposite direction, it is called as upcoming opposite vehicle. I am repeating this whole thing once again. Stay focused. See, this is one of the roads that we are going to study. This is single lane road and two-way traffic is there. Two-way traffic means this is the center line of the road. Certain vehicles are driving in this direction and certain vehicles are traveling in this direction. Say vehicle B is traveling. Behind vehicle B, vehicle A is also traveling and both are traveling in this direction. Vehicle C is coming from the opposite direction. A and B are traveling in this direction as I have explained, and vehicle C is traveling in this direction, which is the opposite direction. Now, while observing these things, the vehicle A come to a conclusion that the driver of vehicle B is driving the vehicle quite slower. So the speed of vehicle A is more than vehicle B. So vehicle A's driver will think to overtake the vehicle B. Now as vehicle A is going to overtake vehicle B, vehicle A will be called as overtaking vehicle and vehicle B will be called as overtaken vehicle because it will be overtaken by vehicle A. So what A is trying to do? A is thinking that he will overtake this vehicle like this. And the vehicle C, which is coming from the opposite direction, that is called as upcoming opposite vehicle. So what we are going to learn in this topic is that whenever a highway designing is under process, the designer has to provide the length of road such that while overtaking another vehicle, the driver of the overtaking vehicle should have sufficient length visible so that he or she can safely overtake the vehicle without any collision. So how it is decided, how this particular distance is designed, that is what we are going to learn. That is called as overtaking side distance. So this is the definition of overtaking side distance, that it is the minimum distance open to the vision of driver of a vehicle who is intending to overtake the slow vehicle ahead with safely against the traffic of opposite direction. Means the minimum distance open to the visible of the driver who is thinking to overtake the slow moving vehicle when the traffic of opposite direction is also there. It can also be understood with this another definition, that it is the distance measured along the center of the road. This is the center of the road, which a driver with his eye level 1.2 meter above the road surface can see the top of an object 1.2 meter above the road. So this is how it can be understood. So we are going to learn this aspects, that how the overtaking operations are decided. Sometimes you may observe that overtaking is permitted, and sometimes it is being written that overtaking is not permitted. So how it is defined, how it is decided that whether any vehicle can overtake other vehicle or not. That is what we are going to learn, and how to provide this distance. Okay. Now, what are the factors that may affect this overtaking side distance or allocation of this overtaking side distance? So, the speed of overtaking vehicle means the speed of A. Speed of overtaking vehicle matlab ki, means ki speed of vehicle B, and the upcoming opposite vehicle means speed C. The distance between the overtaking and overtaken vehicle means the distance between A and B. The gradient of the road, what kind of gradient is provided over there? Because if the gradient is more, the time, effort and power required in order to overtake another vehicle will be consumed more. So gradient of the road plays an important role. Then skill and the reaction time of the driver also plays a role, and rate of acceleration. That the overtaking vehicle means in our case the vehicle A, what is the rate of the acceleration of that overtaking vehicle? So these are the factors that affect OSD: speed of the vehicle, overtaking vehicle, overtaken vehicle, upcoming opposite vehicle, distance between A and B, skill and reaction time of the driver, gradient of the road, and rate of acceleration. Now let us understand the phenomenon in detail. We are going to cover the analysis of OSD. So we are going to understand the analysis of overtaking side distance. See, this is one of the most important things, and you have to be in an attentive state of mind, otherwise you will not get the concept thoroughly. I will repeat it twice, but still you have to be attentive. See, this is what we have learned, that this is the single lane two-way road. A and B are moving in this direction, and C is moving in this direction. What we have learned is that the vehicle B is slow moving vehicle and vehicle A is fast moving vehicle. So the driver of vehicle A thinks to overtake the vehicle B. Both are driving in the same direction. So now what happens? The driver of vehicle A thinks that he should overtake B. But while thinking, certain time, certain seconds will be elapsed. So while he is thinking that he should overtake B, he is covering certain distance. As A and B both are in motion, he is also in motion. So while driving, when he is thinking that he should overtake vehicle B because vehicle B is quite slow, he will cover certain distance and he will reach at point A1. Let us assume that while thinking, he reaches at point A1. Now, at after reaching point A1, if he do not take, if he do not overtake vehicle B, then what will happen? There will be collision between vehicle A and B. So he has to take the overtake of vehicle B, and at this time the distance between A1 and B is called as S, and this S stands for spacing of vehicle. Okay. Now what has happened? I repeat it once again, that A and B are traveling in this direction. A and B are traveling in this direction, and C is traveling in this direction. The speed of P is quite less than speed of A, or the speed of A is higher than speed of P. So the driver of vehicle A will think to overtake vehicle B. But if he is driving and he is thinking also, so by thinking he will cover certain distance and he will cover the distance and will reach at the point A1. Now after reaching at the point A1, if he do not overtakes vehicle B, then there will be collision between A and B. So the distance between this A1 and B is called as S, and this S means spacing of vehicles. Now he has to overtake the vehicle B. So he will overtake the vehicle B and he will overtake and will reach at the point A3. But the vehicle B is also moving at the same time. Though it is slow moving vehicle, but it will also cover certain distance. And let us assume that it will reach at the point B1, while A1 will overtake B and reach at the point A3, B will also cover the distance of B and it will reach at the point B1. So the distance between B and B1 is called as small b, and this small b means distance traveled by the slow moving vehicle, which is vehicle B. Now, what happens? While A and B both are traveling, both are moving, the vehicle C is also moving in the opposite direction. So while all these things are occurring, vehicle C will also cover certain distance and it will reach at the point C1. During the A will take overtake of B, C will also cover the distance. certain distance and will reach at the point C1. Now here we are assuming that the distance between B1 and A3 is same as the distance between A1 and B. So it will be S itself, means spacing of vehicle. Now the C has also covered certain distance and it has covered certain distance. That distance is called as D3. Now the distance between A and A1 is called as D1. D1 means distance between A and A1. Means the distance traveled by the fast moving vehicle during his reaction time, because he was thinking at that time. The D2 distance is the distance between A1 and A3, means the distance traveled by the fast moving vehicle during overtaking time of capital T. And the D3 is the distance between point C1 and C, means that is the distance that is covered by the cross moving vehicle C, which is coming from the opposite direction. So this is how it can be understood. Let us understand the concept once again so that you have no confusions at all.